Hello everybody, and welcome back to my F122 My Team career mode. We are now at the next part at Canada. If you haven't seen the last video, which was from Monaco and Azerbaijan, go and check that one out before you come back and check this one out. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. It's a double DNF that we are off the back of then, and you know what? We need to do better. So let's try and get some of that momentum back. Here at Canada, it's been 4 races since we scored points, so we aim to put an end to that drought today. 4 races of no points, that drought ends today. That ends right here at Canada, because I am going to do what I can to get myself a point or two. And we've had some upgrades to the car that have been successfully fitted, so that's going to help us move forwards here as well. That's going to gain us just that little bit more time with any luck. And the first lap we complete in qualifying, I didn't even think it was anything special, to be honest. I just wanted to get a banker lap in. But it was quicker than Latifi and Alonso, so relatively decent. But I know we could go quicker, and that is what we're trying to do now. Bottas getting out of the way quite quickly. So it's now down to the rest of the lap to see what we can do. We're gaining 6/10 of a second so far. That's good, but I need that to be more like 7 or 8/10 of a second. So we're now flying down the straight, getting ready to pick my braking point into the chicane. We brake. I was a little bit wide on the entry, and that's cost me a 10th there. But is it going to be good enough? That is the question. So far, P13. Is it good enough? No. We are shy by 1/10. 1/10 is what separated us from Q2 there. That is gutting. That is gutting. But there's 35 laps ahead of us in the race.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Sergio Perez, and Norris, Magnussen, Bottas, Fernando ALONSO, and Esteban Ocon, Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Lance Stroll, and Joe, Albon, Hamilton. They've taken a grid penalty. Sebastian Vettel and Joker, Ticktum, Gasly, Tsunoda, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Let's start with the new Alfa Romeo driver. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Right, we're setting off on the formation lap. It doesn't surprise me that it's an all-Ferrari front row. They just seem to have so much outright pace over everybody at the moment. Verstappen and Russell rounding out the first row. Second row, sorry. And I have decided to go with the soft tyres to start with, because the rain is going to come in very early into this race. So there is a shower due at the early stages of this race, so I am starting on the softs to try and gain as many positions as I can off the start. So here's hoping that's what we can actually do. There's the predicted pit stop strategies, but of course when you've got rain coming in the race, that all goes out the window. And to be honest, when it comes to wet races on the game, you kind of just got to wing it and hope for the best. At least that's what I do anyway, so It's worked for me so far. Well, sometimes. Anyway, we are lining up on the grid, getting ready for the start of this race. 35 laps ahead of us with changeable conditions. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. And it is lights out and away we go. Vettel did not get off the line very well there. Hamilton gets away okay. We've got a decent start. I'm going to try and get up the inside of the Aston Martin here. I, though, get spooked and go across the grass. And I've got to let Hamilton back through because that's an illegal overtaker. Let Vettel back through as well because I've overtook Vettel doing that. So we've held position so far. Vettel trying to attack, and I think he's clipped that inside wall there. So I think that's going to do him some damage. So Vettel is our first target in this race. And look at the traffic jam in the mid-pack there. They're all still sorting themselves out ahead of us. We might be able to gain a couple of places while they're doing that. Vettel trying to find a way through as well. Look at the traffic jam round here. They're all just backing each other up. There could be places to gain here as we go into the hairpin. Vettel's going to the inside. I'm going even tighter. We've managed to get past Vettel. Can we get Albon? No, Albon comes across and makes it clear that there is no way through there. But we have overtaken Sebastian Vettel. We are up one place. I will accept that for now. Vettel's trying to come back at me down the straight. I'm giving him the width of an F1 car, which is all I need to give him, and he doesn't accept it. And in fact, he's gone into the pits. I do think he clipped the inside wall earlier in the lap. Right. Back to this race now, and it's Hamilton and Schumacher getting racy. Albon is just there, getting held up by it all, and I wonder, what's my move here? Is there a move here? Albon's gone. He's gone compromised by the two of them fighting ahead. Is there a way through around the outside and the inside of the next corner? I've got a look there, but Albon just holding his line beautifully, not getting spooked by me. He's now going to go to the inside, so I've got to run on him. We're going to go side by side. Breathe in. All I have is the width of an F1 car, but you know what? We take it. And that is up into P16, and the rain is starting to fall. Albon's having a look down the outside of the hairpin, but he's not going to get through there. I have the inside line, and we're just going to keep that position. It's now time to pit for the intermediates, so that is what we're doing. Into the pits we go. Everybody else is following suit. Nice set of intermediates on that, and we're being held in the pit lane. That's frustrating. And we have actually lost the position now. We're down to P17. DRS enabled. Really? Yeah, they're going to disable it now, and that is exactly what they do. And we are out then in P17. There's a yellow flag though. Carlos Sainz is out of the race, and the virtual safety car is deployed. There's Carlos. Bang! Into the wall. He makes a mistake, and he just goes straight on into the wall. And what is going on behind? Oh, and Haas has gone straight into it now. I think that's Kevin Magnussen that's just arrived straight at the scene of it. It is indeed. Into the Ferrari he goes. And a couple of other cars getting caught out there. And look how many are in that traffic jam. And we go from P17 to P10 as a result. And we are now inside the points because of that little pile-up. Stroll is 11th now. Tixham is 12th. And we have a safety car. And can someone explain to me why my car sounds like a mothership? Like, someone explain that to me. Is that a glitch? Because I don't know. It's supposed to sound like an F1 car. Oh, great. So my car sounds like a mothership, and my engineer sounds like a Dalek. Clearly some weird stuff going on here, but we are now underway again here at this Canadian Grand Prix. We're in P9, having a look at Zhou Guanyu for P8. That'd be good if we could get ahead of him. So we're currently in the running for points, and it's Nicholas Latifi behind us in P10, doing a great job in his home race. I thought Stroll was in 10th. So it's Latifi then Tixham. Either way, our teammate is doing really well, just outside the points. Is there time to be gained here while everyone's still going slowly? I'm not sure. I was struggling for traction myself out the corner, and that might have left me vulnerable to Latifi, but in the end it didn't. Now we've got Lewis Hamilton on our tail, and my car once again sounding like an alien mothership. I do apologise for the sound glitch in this race. There was little to nothing I could do about it. Believe me, I tried doing a mid-session save, restarting the game, and even that didn't work. So, I don't know, I'm stuck on this one. But now Lewis Hamilton is coming around the outside of the hairpin. We are going to cover him off. That is exactly what we do, and I'm not giving him any room to get a better exit there. You're going to have to do this the hard way, Lulu. And Hamilton now coming alongside me. We're side by side down the straight, but I think I've just got that little bit more speed on the straight. Lewis backs out, and we keep the position just. But all the time we're fighting Lewis, Zhou Guanyu is disappearing up the road. And my car now sounding relatively normal. Max Verstappen has a spin. Verstappen loses the rear end of that Red Bull. Through goes Norris. Through goes Russell. I think he loses a place to someone else as well. I'm not entirely sure, but wow, Verstappen having a spin there. And now we've got Lewis Hamilton alongside us on the straight again, side by side. And this time, I think Lewis has the move done. But we're going to get down the inside. We're going to brake a little bit later, and we're going to keep Lewis behind once again. This is great. We are fighting Lewis Hamilton for P9. It's great to be fighting a top driver for points, even if it is for the lower end of points. I don't care. We are looking good for a couple of points here. As Hamilton is now getting past me on the main straight. I'm going to go down the inside of turn 1. Hamilton's got the better line. I'm going to try and go around the outside of 2. And see if we can get a better exit out there, but we do not. Lewis gets the better exit, and Hamilton gets the position. So we tried to hold him back as best we could, but Lewis getting that move done. Great move by Hamilton, up into P9, but we're still looking good for a point, and Tixham is right behind me. I'm now making a gamble to pit for slicks, because it came up DRS enabled on the back straight. So I just thought, let's take that gamble. But what's cost me here is a slow pit stop due to a sticky front left tyre. And I think that's kind of cost me any time I could have gained by doing this. So it happens in racing, but it's frustrating all the same, because I feel like we could have gained a couple of positions through that. But let's now push hard. And we're going to have to push hard because we've got drivers on soft tyres, namely Nicholas Latifi, having a look up the inside, but I'm shutting that down. That's not happening. So Latifi, while our tyres warm up, we've just got to fight him off. And indeed, we have managed to keep him behind. And now we're going straight after Zhou Guanyu for P9. So we're definitely looking good for at least 1 point. But I'd like to make that 2 points if we can. I could have been 4 points if we were able to keep Hamilton behind, but I think Lewis in the drive would have been too quick. So we're now catching right up to Zhou Guanyu. There is a yellow flag ahead of us, and I think that's going to be a car slowing down. There's still a yellow flag there. Who was slowed down there? It's Esteban Ocon, and he was ahead of us. So we're now up into P9, and we're right behind Zhou Guanyu for P8. So we could even get our best result of this career mode campaign so far. We could get P8 and double our points tally right here. All we need to do is get past Zhou Guanyu, and that's what we're going to try and do. However, he gets such good torque out of the hairpin, so maybe a move into the last chicane, isn't the way through. Maybe we just got to get a great exit out of there, get closer here, and then send one into turn 1. That is the plan. Right, we got a great exit out of the chicane, tapping the wall very gently as we do so. No harm will be done by that. And we go down the inside of Zhou Guanyu. He does try to fight it, but we've got the position. I give him a little bit of space on the exit of the corner, but he didn't take it. Here we go. Here's a replay of the move. Diving down the inside to take P8. And Zhou does try and fight it, but he didn't quite get alongside me, so I didn't really need to jump out of the way there. And we're now on the last lap. We did manage to maintain P8. Zhou Guanyu a couple of seconds behind me. Charles Leclerc takes the fastest lap and once again wins the race by about 3 days. So Charles Leclerc untroubled at the front. But for us, starting in P18, albeit helped by that pile-up early on when the rain came. We are now up into P8 and on the brink of our best result in this career mode series. Yes, okay, it was helped by the pile-up, but you know what? You got to be there at the end to get the spoils, and that is exactly what we were. And the pace round here was pretty good too. Out of the last corner, weaving in delight in our alien mothership. It is P8. Yes! Come on! That is much more like it.
So that's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they have hung on to take a sublime victory here today. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So let's have a quick look.
Well, I am absolutely delighted with that result. P8, 4 points, doubling our points tally, and Dan Tipton weren't too far off a point either. Lance Stroll taking the final point though, and doing a solid in his home race. Leclerc wins the race, Russell was second, Lando Norris picking up another podium for McLaren in third, then it's Bottas in fourth, Alonso fifth, Verstappen sixth, Hamilton 7th, and look at us there, sitting pretty in P8 and gaining 4 more championship points. And you know what? After 4 races of scoring no points, that just makes it worth it. And that just shows that the upgrade that worked on the car is working nicely. Our pace in that race as well did not feel too shabby at all. I feel like we were pretty much there with Zhou Guanyu, and you know, some of the guys that were around us and that we were racing, the pace definitely felt like it was there. The car felt good. I do enjoy driving the Canada circuit anyway, and we have historically on previous F1 games gone really well at Canada, so it's good to see. It's good to see. It feels like we're back where we belong, and you know, we're starting to make those strides forwards. So it is a race of a lot of positive outcomes. But Leclerc, look at the gap in the championship. That's just getting extended ridiculously now. Alonso back up to 4th in the championship. That's the fight I'm watching at the moment. Watching where Alonso is, because he's having a mega season. Perez in 5th, Sainz 6th, Bottas 7th, Hamilton 8th. And then it's Norris and Ocon rounding out the 10. And it's a second podium, I believe, for Lando Norris. And Ferrari extending their lead in the championship, and we move up to 9th. And you know what, if we can keep these points finishes coming, keep these upgrades working, we might even have a chance at fighting AlphaTauri for 8th. Well, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, and please, please, please hit the subscribe button if you're new here and you want to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, TTFN guys, ta-ta for now.